This is Lisa Sonora Beam, and I'm giving you a tour of my strategic planner for 2010. The previous two lessons are available on the website at lisasonorabeam.com. This year's theme is 2010 Plenty Zen. So let me just show you what this looks like. I've created my strategic planner, which is a portable way of viewing my goals and objectives and everything at a glance, and it's portable so I can take it with me. I've made the cover out of a greeting card, and the interior pages are created out of some decorative paper, but mostly scrap paper from my recycling bin. I cut up an old font catalog. And I've also added some small flat pages out of postcards, and I can journal on these. The really cool thing is it's all held together with a simple ribbon. There's about 6 pages of paper plus an envelope in here, and this is a decorative envelope from Papaya Arts. I just glued it face down on the flap so that when you open it, it's got a wonderful little pocket inside here. And inside the pocket, I've got my different categories of goals that I'm working on, and all of the categories and how to arrive at the contents of your strategic planner are available in lesson 1 and 2 on the website. So these are my different categories of goals, and for each one of them I've got a picture and some journaling about each one. And what to talk about on there is included in the lesson. But I just like to have these handy. For me, it's really important not to just have a spreadsheet or list of my goals and objectives that I want to accomplish. Creative people really need visual stimulation. And I also find that when I create small booklets like this, these are like mini journals, it helps to really anchor in what it is I want to accomplish. It feels really emotionally good to play with color and paint like this and put a little book together, and it's much more pleasing for creatives to look at than these, you know, kind of boring binder planners. So this is a way you can do your own planner for yourself and make it meaningful based on what colors. Here's another little page with a postcard flap. Another greeting card from an artist I like a lot. And there's more pages in here. So I also like to glue in different things. This is a gift card holder that I had. My books tend to be created, actually all of my artwork is created with a lot of recycled materials, so that's always a factor that I'm thinking about when I'm working. Now these pages in the font book are pretty busy, so what you can do is just take some paint and paint out some of the text so that they can be used for journaling. The paint I like to use is like little bottles of cheap craft paint that you can get at the craft store. Kids paint works really well, even the stuff you get at the office supply. What I like about the tempera paint is what I'm thinking of. Tempera paint is great because it dries opaque and it dries very quickly, and you can write on top of it with any old pen or pencil. And white is a really good color for covering over text. You could also use gesso for this, but I find gesso, depending on the type of gesso you're using, it just gets too rough or too sort of plasticky to write on top of. So just using paint works really well. And in about 20 minutes or so, this will be dry, and I can do some writing on top of this. I actually like this sort of background showing through, so I'll leave some of it. So this is a way you can repurpose some of the decorative paper. Think about the wrapping paper around the holidays, catalogs you got in the mail. Those all make great pages that you can paint over for your journals. Another way you can embellish your journal, as I think you can see here, I've got some tags. This all has a lot of meaning for me because all the little parts, the stuff that's not recycled, are things that I've been given by my friends. So this ribbon came from one friend, my mala that I used to meditate with. This is my portable mala that I travel with that came from my boyfriend. And the card was a gift from another friend. She knows I love collecting greeting cards. And then these tags came from another friend. Oh, and I know everyone's going to ask me about these rubber stamp alphabets. Those of you who know me know I'm an alphaholic. I have dozens of sets of alphabet stamps. And I've used those to write out some things I want to remember. This says love, create, meditate. And then one of the themes for this year is what if this is just the beginning? So out of the journaling prompts I gave in the first two lessons, you'll arrive at different things to put in your book. But in terms of the rubber stamp alphabets, I'm traveling abroad right now with very limited art supplies. These stamp alphabets came from my friend Tracy Bunkers, who's a very talented visual journaler and artist. Actually, she has a book coming out next year. Yay, Tracy! She sells these awesome alphabets, and I mounted these myself. And since I'm trying to be portable, I've mounted 3 different alphabets on one block. So these made it in my bag for Mexico. I hope you have fun making your own strategic planner, and if you do, please feel free to post a link to your blog in the comments section, or link to your Flickr photos, or wherever you have images of your strategic planner. I'd love to see what you do with it, and I wish everyone a happy, healthy, and prosperous 2010. Thanks so much.